Hey there, guys. How are you doing this fine evening?
Pretty good. How are you?
Doing okay. Just a little bored. Anything fun planned for tonight?
We were just debating about where to eat. Nick wants Italian, but I'm really craving Mexican food. Something spicy.
I like spicy as long as it doesn't burn the roof of my mouth or make my eyes water.
These guys are crazy. They eat stuff that I couldn't even be near without burning up.
Ah, I see. Lightweight, huh?
Yeah, I guess so. Hey.
I feel like going to a bar and getting totally ripped. Been a tough week, so I feel like I need that.
Nah, I don't really drink much. Just the occasional glass of wine with dinner. I don't like the feeling of being out of control.
Nor do I believe in moderation. Getting totally drunk is going way beyond that.
How about you, dude? You on the same level as them? Or do you want to go tip a few with me?
No, not really. We're all pretty much the same in our thinking. I believe in staying in total control. Getting ripped, as you call it, might make me lose control, and I don't like that feeling.
So you guys are the goody two-shoes type, I guess. You don't like having a little fun in life.
I don't think you have to go get rip-roaring drunk in order to have fun. We actually enjoy life very much and have a lot of fun.
Yep, we sure do. In fact, we're having a singles excursion tomorrow with our church. We'd love to have you come along. Nancy could use a chaperone.
Yeah, right. No, I don't need a chaperone, but we'd still love to have you come along. I think you'd find it really fun.
I'm not sure. I'd definitely love to be your chaperone. In fact, I'd love to take you away somewhere and we could have fun tonight.
Well, I have kind of an idea what you mean by fun. Sorry, but I'm not into the casual hookup thing.
Who said anything about hooking up? I was just wanting to get to know you.
Well, that could still be done in a group. Keep in mind that I just met you. You could be a serial killer for all I know. I'm not going off with someone I just met.
That's kind of rare, actually. There's a lot of chicks who will go home with a guy an hour after she meets them.
There was a girl in our church who did that. Took a guy to her place. Turns out the guy was a psycho and ended up stabbing her to death. Then he took off with her vehicle. No idea why he did it, but that was definitely a bad move on her part.
Yeah, and the sad thing is, she used to attend all of our activities. We thought she was a good Christian girl, but obviously she wasn't. That's sad, too. She made a really bad decision and it cost her her life.
I remember that we were all really shocked when we heard about it. At first I thought maybe they were mistaken. I thought, no way could it be her. She didn't seem like that at all.
I think it just shows you that just because someone says they're a Christian doesn't mean they actually are. Like Jesus said, you shall know them by their fruits.
Fruit what? I have no idea what you're talking about.
It means you can tell what kind of person they are by their actions.
It's not for us to judge whether she was an actual Christian or not, but going by her actions, it does give us doubts. To be honest, it still shocks me a little bit every time it comes to mind.
So you guys are into the God stuff. Don't you think that's a little too weird? I heard about God in the Bible and all that junk when I was a kid. Once I grew up and became an adult, I paid no attention to those fairy tales anymore.
So you think all of that is a collection of fairy tales? Just why do you think that?
Because it is. Anyone with a thinking brain can see that. We didn't appear as a result of some god. We evolved through the centuries and became what we see today.
So do we see people today who are half man and half monkey, or half man and half fish?
Absolutely. Haven't you ever heard of Bigfoot?
Oh yeah, we've heard of Bigfoot. At the way I see it, if they were a race that's still evolving, there would be thousands of them, just like there are of us.
Plus, you'd think that at least one of them would be caught on camera. There have been a few hoaxes pretending some creature to be Bigfoot, but anybody could put on a monkey suit and prance around in front of a camera.
Also, you'd think that as long as people have been searching for this missing link, they'd have found at least one and confirmed it by now.
Keep in mind as well that there hasn't ever been anything like that found in the fossil record either. So thus far, the people who are looking for a missing link are batting zero.
I still think they're out there. They have to be. I think we just haven't looked very hard for them. There's a lot of places they could hide in the woods.
Well, I can pretty much guarantee you that they'll never find one. Fact is, they don't exist, and never have.
Here's what is funny. All this talk people have about a missing link, but the real missing link is how we all got here in the first place.
True. I think I know what you're getting at. The first thing that has to be explained is how we came into being in the first place. You can't make something out of nothing.
Yep, if you asked me to bake a cake, and I didn't have any ingredients, it would be more than a little tough to make the cake.
Yeah, can't make a cake out of thin air. But apparently you can make an entire universe out of nothing. I'd venture to guess that a universe is a tad more complex than an ordinary cake.
Good point. If you can't make a cake out of thin air, how much more difficult would it be to make a universe? Also, one has to explain how life came about. That's like saying my kitchen table is suddenly going to spring to life and walk out the kitchen door.
or my purse is suddenly going to become a living being and then run off with my checkbook.
You know what's funny though? People who believe in evolution are actually believing that could happen, because that's exactly what would have had to happen according to their theories.
Kind of makes me wonder who is really believing in real fairy tales.
Never really thought of it that way, but point definitely taken. I think I'll go now. See ya.